Moving forward with our first presentation series, I would like to invite Mr. Sandeep Prakash, Zonal Sales Manager, Bank of Baroda, and Ms. Tania Das, Senior Manager, Forex Mumbai Zone, Bank of Baroda, to kindly join us on the dais.
A very good morning to ladies and gentlemen. It is a pleasure and a privilege both to be presenting this bouquet of products what we have at Bank of Baroda to this vitally important conclave which we have today. We are living through pretty exciting, interesting times. When I say exciting, typically on one side we have free trade agreements, GST reforms and everything happening. On the other side, we have this tariff ki talwar which is there. So the times are pretty interesting, pretty turbulent, and with the zeal of MSMEs like you, I am pretty confident that we would be coming out as a much more vibrant, as a much more resilient country and economy both. With this, I start my presentation for the products which we have to offer from Bank of Baroda. So these are traditional banking products, a cash credit limit, a overdraft limit. We are not going to be discussing, deliberating upon that. And let me at the outset only tell you one of the constraints which we have is time today. So the exhaustive product range which Bank of Baroda has would require this entire duration of the conference which we are having today. But we are basically having the constraint of time, so therefore we are basically sharing snippets on few products only. But at the outset, as I said, let me reassure you on one thing. We have products which are industry-specific products. So they are made with a mind keeping industry needs in particularly there. It is not a generic kind of a product which is there. So we have textile product, we have contractors product related to these industries per se. Out of this product basket, we have taken hardly a few products. And out of those products also, we are going to be basically discussing about some 2-3 products only, post which my colleague Ms. Tania Das would be discussing in detail about the trade and forex offering which the bank has. So, so this is the product range, some of the products which we have. The entire bouquet of product is not available out here, as I said. But these are some of the products which we have. And these also constitute the latest offering. So as our GM, Sunil ji said, this basically reflects the agility which the bank has to shape up new products in line with what the economy needs today. And we would be discussing that, a few of them right now also. Next, please. So the first product, I'm pretty excited. The ma'am out here who asked the question is not there, but this is about Mahila Swavalamban scheme. Now this is dedicated to the women entrepreneurship in the country, and a round of applause would definitely help the women entrepreneurs out here who are sitting out here. We can have a better response out here for the women folks in the country, right? So this product typically is only for entities wherein females are having more than 51% equity. So it is a proprietorship firm, it is a partnership, it has to have 51% minimum shareholding of the female entrepreneurs. And you can tick all the boxes out here. Product wise, if you ask me, elongated tenure of loans, number one. Collateral free loans. So up to 7.5 crore, you don't need any collateral. Only a CGT MSE coverage would basically do in this. Minimum margin required. So, आपको अगर 25% margin चाहिए, नहीं. Even a 20% margin would do on loans. And these loans, again, mind you, are going to be bigger than or longer than the normal tenure loans that they are. And needless to say, the ROI has to be the best in the market, and we are offering a concessional ROI in this product. Next. This is a traditional offering of the bank, the CV and the CME loans. Entire Bombay, is dug up, we have bridges coming up, we have roads coming up, we have everything coming up. And for all this, the basic building block is going to be the commercial vehicles and the construction and mining equipments. So we are funding this, and the USP of the bank out here would be that आपके 2 truck का requirement हो, we are there to serve your requirement. आपका 200 truck का requirement हो, we are there to serve your requirement. And when I say 200, it does not limit to that 200. It is just to say it like that. Even smaller loans to bigger loans, whatever the size are, we are there to cater to your requirement in this particular segment. Needless to say, the rate of interest and all are going to be very, very competitive. We are going to be funding the maximum piece out here. यहाँ पर एक ही वो होता है कि भाई आप कितना लोन कर सकते हैं. तो you can be rest assured on the invoice value, the maximum loan can be done by Bank of Baroda. And the tenure also can be longer depending upon the deserving cases. Supply chain finance has been discussed by our ED ma'am also. And you talk about any brand which is there in the market right now, be it Tata, be it Mahindra, be it Maruti, be it Jindal, be it JSW, be it Tata Steel, you talk about it. Because of the, again, constraint of time, I am not basically going to list some 75 odd corporates. The numbers out here, 60 anchors, have again changed. So we have recently basically tied up with even more. And this number is crossing 60 now. So we have a tie-up with almost all the major corporate across the country. And we can fund to the dealers and distributors of these corporates, number one. To the vendors of these corporates, number two. And these rates are basically concessional in this, and the collateral requirement is minimal. So 20 crore के loan के लिए तो almost collateral requirement is nil. It although depends upon product to product, but yes, on a more generic basis, 15-20 crore kind of loans basically go with zero collateral. So that's the kind of a flexibility which the bank is offering in terms of pricing as well as collaterals. Now, going with the theme of current times, solar. So solar में you have a factory wherein you want it for your captive consumption. आपको अपना एक setup लगाना है. The bank is very much geared to serve you in all these kind of loan requirements. So we have maximum loan what we can offer out here is 30 crores. And I presume that this should be a good decent amount. If there is a more deserving application coming to us for a higher amount, we can look at it as a deviation also. And these are elongated tenures. Almost 10 साल का इसका tenure है with a pretty good moratorium period also. So you have that kind of a comfort that today the project has been put up, there is a moratorium, and then it winds up in 10 years. By the time that entire asset gets amortized and you reap in the advantages of your solar, lower cost of solar energy. Now, this... I basically say I can we dedicate this to our defense forces. Now, this is something which was unthinkable a few years back only. Now, this defense manufacturing ecosystem is thriving in the country and is growing by leaps and bounds. And Bank of Baroda has been agile enough to develop a product for this defense ecosystem only. Now, if you are a registered vendor with any of the defense public undertakings, with DRDO, with HAL or institutes like this, or even if you are listed on Surgeon portal, you are eligible for a loan under this scheme. So depending upon your financial requirement, we can work out the loan and limits for you. And in this also, there is zero kind of collateral coverage that is required, entirely covered through CGTMSE portal again. So, and the rate of interest, typically are pretty low at 8.15. We are starting for deserving customers, for good rated customers, we are starting at 8.15, even with the potential to go further down. Now we have one last product which is left. I'll come to that, but a thing which is basically coming up on mind is, I have discussed and deliberated too much on my pricing and all this piece. Only thing we can assure you out here is that this is a pretty subjective matter, but one thing which we can assure you from the dice is we are not going to be losing any big good credit for pricing reasons. So we are so competitive right now on pricing that we will not lose any of good credit on pricing piece only. And coming to something which is very close to my heart, serving to 90% of our MSME segment. In fact, more than 90%, because the micro and the small constitute to even more than that. This is an entirely digital journey. This has been recently brought out by the bank, this product. And the loan right now is basically the maximum loan is kept at 50 lakh rupees. But during the course of time, during coming months, we intend to relook at it, and we intend to basically increase the limits out here. As our ED ma'am was also saying, कुछ banks इसमें 5-5 crore तक भी कर रहे हैं, but we have taken some baby steps, and we have found the results very encouraging. Now, what is so good about this is entirely digital journey. From start to finish, it will not take more than 30 minutes. If your documents are in order and your internet is in order, it will not take more than 30 minutes. Once you get this sanction, you can go to the nearest possible branch and get the disbursement in line. We have already integrated it with Tejas platform, so even the disbursement is going to be done online in near future only. And this is something which is there for the micro and small SMEs, a wonderful offering which we have. Again, due to paucity of time, I am handing over the mic to my colleague, Ms. Tania Das, for further deliberation upon trade and forex offering. Thank you so much for patiently listening out. Thank you.
I'm audible? Yeah. A very good morning to all of you. Thank you, Sandeep sir, for your deliberations. Now, I will take you through the, can I have the PPT please? So I'll take you through the forex offerings, like trade offerings of Bank of Baroda. So when we now talk about banking, it is almost very, very important to have a digital setup. So when we talk about digital setup, we at Bank of Baroda are having Baroda Insta Smart Trade portal, which means that this is the Baroda Insta Smart Trade portal, which is very conveniently can be used from the office. So your MIS reports, your database, everything will be maintained by our software. This is a two-way process through which you can directly upload documents and send it to our team at TFBO Gandhinagar Gift City. So they are the specialized team who is looking after the forex transactions, because it is a transactional banking through which we can get your transaction processed through specialized hand. I am repeating specialized hand because this is a very niche area wherein most of the people are not aware of what are the rules and regulation to be abided by. The FEMA is there, RBI is there, our foreign trade policy is there. So all these rules and regulation, plus we also have the rules and regulation of the overseas country. So forex is all about guidelines, rules and regulation. It is better to be done by a specialized person. So that is what our Baroda Insta Smart Trade portal will straight away take your transaction to TFBO Gandhinagar, and which is also available 24/7. So you do not have to wait when the branch is opening. So there is no branch intervention. It is directly being taken care by Gandhinagar team. Okay. So these are the basic products which almost all the banks are offering. Due to the time constraint, I will not be discussing about all the products. I would rather take this opportunity to discuss the uniqueness of Bank of Baroda's offerings to the customers and the exporters, importers. So here, as you can see, we have gold card for exporter. This is a very big highlight for us. And also the UPAS LC and trade credit through SBLC. I would be talking in length and breadth about this product if time permits. So let's take you through. So this is a gold card scheme for exporters. Now when we talk about MSME exporters, there is always, we might face the shortfall in cash flows. So if you see the benefits, RBI has told all the bank that aapko gold card dena hai, you have to give acceleration to the exporters. Now we as a bank have decided on these particular factors jo aapke cash flows ko aur zyada rakh sakte hai. Like first of all, we have 10% concession on the transactions. Whichever transactions has been processed through us, you will get a 10% concession if you are having a gold card, which is valid for a period of 3 years. Now moving on, next we have 0.25% concession on the rate of interest of PC INR. INR funding जो भी हम करते हैं export finance में, you'll get a straight away 0.25% concession. Moving on, next is a ECGC premium जो pre-shipment premium which are paid by the customers, that will be paid by the bank on your behalf. So that is also being taken care of, and the most important is to meet your sudden demands in the market. You are having a 20% ad hoc facility which will be given, which will be available at your account any point in time. You don't have to go through the entire sanction process, which is a little cumbersome at times. So वो 20% ad hoc आपके पास हमेशा रहेगा. So when we talk about export, when you talk about export finance, आप कुछ मत करिए, आप प्लीज छोड़ दीजिए. When we talk about export finance, the rate of interest is with the pricing which we give is pegged to the treasury bill, which very few banks are offering. I'm sure about the industry. So treasury bill से जब linked होता है rates, then it's a very cheap funding you are getting for PCINR, and also for PCFC, for foreign currency funding, you are getting at a very cheap rate, which is also again with the ARR, which is a very small premium we are charging for PCFC. Now moving on next, you can see a collateral free export credit facility. What is this collateral free? Like whenever, there was talks going on because MSME में collateral चाहिए, it is very difficult for client to provide. So this is a very good product wherein you up to 10 CR you do not have collateral, you don't need to give collateral, and 90% of the coverage from the ECGC will be also taken care with the same premium rates. Please mark my words, same premium rate. आपको ज़्यादा premium pay करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, up to 10 CR तक collateral की भी ज़रूरत नहीं है. This is a product which with the invent of the finance ministry, they have urged all the banks. So we have come up with this product, which is very good for all the MSMEs. So this is a good platform wherein I wanted to share this product. Moving on next. We have this UPAS LC and trade credit through SBLC. These two are pretty similar product wherein one in UPAS LC, what you can say is usance payable at site. Like what you understand through usance payable at site. जो आपका सामने वाला seller है, the seller wants money immediately, but you want a credit period. So in that kind of situation, when we are opening a LC, we take in terms with the bank, with our counterpart bank or some other bank, we arrange for a finance facility जो आपको साइट में आपके सेलर को पे कर देगा, बट यू विल बी प्रोवाइडिंग अ यूजेंस पीरियड. सो दैट इज यूजेंस पेएबल एट साइट, एंड ट्रेड क्रेडिट थ्रू एसबीएलसी इज आल्सो सिमिलर टाइप, बट इट इज फॉर अ कलेक्शन डॉक्यूमेंट. आपका कोई भी डायरेक्ट इंपोर्ट बिल हुआ जो आपके पास है एंड यू नीड फंड्स टू मेक पेमेंट फॉर दैट बिल, सो फॉर दैट वी हैव ट्रेड क्रेडिट थ्रू एसबीएलसी. आई एम रशिंग अ बिट, I know, but we are all available here. Kindly reach out to us for any of your queries. This is SRV account, which is like we have to promote INR as a currency. So we are promoting, we are having 16 SRV accounts, like foreign banks are having Vostro accounts with are in rupees. So we are promoting INR invoicing, and we want more and more customers to feel free to transact in INR. So which is why you may reach out to us for SRV accounts also, because you are less dependent on the foreign currency volatility. Next is the very new initiative. So for that, this is Bob FX1. I'll play a short video for this. And also very importantly, EBG facility, which you can see here. Like our government companies, especially I'll mention ONGC and Navratna companies, are wanting foreign currency BG, but it is an inland BG. So it is a mix of both. INR नहीं चाहिए उनको डॉलर चाहिए, बट SFMS के मोड के थ्रू ही चाहिए, विच इज अ वेरी रेयरेस्ट थिंग. सो वी हैव कम अप विद अ प्रोडक्ट वेरिन वी आर इशूइंग EBG थ्रू NESL, वी हैव टाइड अप, बट द BG करेंसी विल बी डॉलर. So that is a very new thing which we have, our IT team has done. Can you please play the video, please? Just a second, I'll take some more time of yours. It's a 1-minute video. Actually, time is always short whenever you speak about your own products. So you feel privileged, you feel encouraged to speak about your product. Yeah, here it is. Thank you so much for playing the video. I think you have understood this is the platform wherein you can book your rates, cash, term, spot and forward rates through your own convenience, and you will be getting the IBR. The Reuters screen will be displayed on your credentials when you log in. And this is a very new initiative which was launched on our 118th Foundation Day, 20th of July. So very fresh in the market. And you are privileged to see this first video footage right now because it is made very recently. Thank you so much for your patience listening, and I'm sorry that I have overseeded my time. Thank you so much. Good day.
Thank you so much. I would like to request Mr. Rajan Raje, Chairperson, MSME Forum, Bombay Chamber, and CEO, Nicam Solutions, to please present mementos to our presenters as a token of appreciation. We'll go with the ladies first. Ms. Tania Das, Senior Manager, Forex Mumbai Zone, Bank of Baroda. A round of applause. And Mr. Sandeep Prakash, Zonal Sales Manager, Bank of Baroda. With the photographers, we can understand patience is the key. Thank you so much.